Hey guys, it's Duncan Clark. Welcome again to another Path to Pain Free group challenge. There isn't so much of an exercise following this particular video, but rather I just want to highlight and illustrate what it takes in order to recover from TMS, neuroplastic pain, to start to feel better, to reduce and to diminish symptoms, the kind of commitment it takes and the kind of radical belief shift that you almost need and that is required in order to heal. So first of all, I just want to remind you all that people have been recovering from TMS, neuroplastic, mind-body syndrome, pain since time immemorial, especially since Sarno released his work and first discovered the condition back in the late 80s. But it does take a certain mindset to heal. It takes a certain degree of understanding, of learning, of commitment, as I said before, a shift in belief. And to do that, you got to be all in. It's not it's not the sort of process where you dabble a little bit and you're in and out. It's an all-in kind of process, and it does take commitment and dedication, and you've got to become your own detective, so to speak, and you become an awesome observer. It's one thing that TMS teaches you, is you become an awesome observer of thoughts, behaviors, and the way in which your physical body reacts to emotional stimuli, emotional and situational stimuli, I should probably say. And you'll begin to recognize more and more that ultimately everything comes back to mind, everything comes back to feelings, everything comes back to our emotions. And what lays behind all of that, or at least what sets the foundations for our feelings and our emotions, is our belief systems. So as we can start to shift our beliefs, shift ways in which the way in which we look at things, the more we'll notice that our pain changes, it shifts, it morphs. You can see radical change really quite quickly in many cases. It really depends on your own personal situation. Everyone's different, everyone goes through this differently, so there's no one size fits all. Don't be looking at other people and their progression to kind of form ideas as to how long it's going to take you to recover, because yours is a personal experience and a personal journey, and there's no point in comparing yourself as well to other people's situations. That's only going to, whether you're improving faster or slower, either way your ego's getting involved, and it's only going to act against you and to your detriment. So I don't suggest you do that at all. This is a personal thing, and you want to go at it at your own pace, and just take your time, enjoy the journey, enjoy learning, enjoy discovering more about yourself, because it's an inner journey, and you will learn so much about yourself, the relationship you have with yourself, the relationship you have with others, and your environments and the world around you. Anything is possible for anyone, and when I look back at my experience, if I rewind 10 years ago from today, it was a dream for me to walk to the shop from my house, where I was pretty well housebound, not exclusively. I had crutches, I could get around on crutches, and I bought an automatic car because I couldn't use the accelerator or the brake or the clutch anymore, and that's particularly the clutch pedal I can use. So I got an automatic car, and I had my crutches and stuff like that, and I was on those for about a year and a half. And I was able to get out and about, but generally I was pretty restricted. I spent a lot of time at home because going out and exercising was well, it was impossible. I couldn't exercise at the start. Later on I was able to start moving a bit more and a bit more. But anyways, to give you an example of my experience, I'm not going to go through my entire experience because it's a long old story, but to go back, to rewind 10 years to 2013, and I think about the way I thought about pain back then and my beliefs around pain and injury and damage to the body, structural changes, structural abnormalities. When I reflect on this, all of this, it's like I see how far I've come myself, and because I believed if the body hurt, look at the body. If the body hurt, treat the body. That was my entire attitude towards pain. And I looked for solutions outside of myself. That was through specialists, through surgeons, through different types of therapies, chiropractic, acupuncture, physical therapy, osteopaths, you name it. I was trying different herbs, different foods, different supplements. I was trying a host of different techniques, and of course none of them were helping me at all. In fact, they all made me worse because I gave my power away. I wasn't committed really to healing. I was committed to having other people help me. That's what I was committed to. I was committed to being a victim in this scenario and looking for other things outside of myself that would bring relief. So I was giving my power away. And over time, as I started to slowly discover the mind-body connection, it was definitely a process. It didn't happen overnight. Certainly it took me about 4 years probably before I started to, or a little less, maybe 3 years before I cottoned on to the mind-body connection. And over time that started to snowball more and more and more. I started to learn more and understand more. It was hard to put down a lot of those old beliefs still though, because the problem with beliefs is that they're hardwired into us. And the reason we get into this mess in the first place is because, well, we have a lot of very messy beliefs around what pain means, and for good reason. I mean, this is what we're conditioned to believe as children. The way we look at pain, the way we think about pain. Not only that, not only the pain side of things and how we think about that, but of course we got into this because of our beliefs around other aspects of life. And ultimately that's why the pain flared up in the first place. The second arrow to this though, if the first arrow was the life situation and how we related to life and our beliefs around that situation that was causing a lot of unconscious repression, well then the second arrow was when the pain came along, and now we're fearful about that. So we had fear around life itself causing the pain, and now we have pain causing even more fear. So for me, fast forwarding now 10 years, the shift in my own beliefs has been really quite radical. It doesn't mean to say I don't have days when I slip up or there's things I'm still scared of. Of course there's plenty of things I'm still scared of, and there's areas of my life that I can continue to work on. But I went from being a person who was completely isolated through pain and who couldn't do my sporting exercise and engage in daily activities in the way that I wanted to because of pain, to somebody who's now completely active, who engages in sport every single day, who lives a normal life and is unrestricted, and it just feels like it's a godsend. And you can't put a price on that ultimately. So I'm grateful for that every day, and actually there's even that gratitude, having that gratitude for life is a huge motivator, again, to stay on track, to maintain the work, because this does take maintenance, to stay committed and to maintain as well those new beliefs, because new beliefs, they're not as wired as old beliefs. Old beliefs are hardwired into our unconscious. They run deep. New beliefs don't run so deep. They get deeper and deeper over time. It's like planting a seed, and over time those roots just grow deeper and deeper and deeper, and after a while it starts to kind of push out old belief systems. As we switch them around, old systems, old beliefs, they start to go dormant. As the neural pathways connected to those, or at least which form them, start to kind of unravel and fire with less proficiency. And now we have our new beliefs, and the more we practice them, the more we use those neural pathways, the more efficient we become at them again, and the deeper they go into the deeper rooted they become into our psyche. And so we can live a much more free life than we ever did before. So really, through your pain, you can actually find greater strength and growth, and ultimately live a more fulfilling life. So for now, I'm going to leave it there. I want to remind you that you can purchase the Path to Pain free program, which once you have purchased it, you'll automatically become a member of our private group as well. We have monthly Q&As with myself and Miriam. They're bi-monthly, and you're welcome to join in with those as well. There's no extra cost to any of that. And we really wanted to create a community, a platform that is founded on 4 key principles, 4 pillars if you like, and the key central pillar being community. And within that we have support, we have accountability, and we have connection. And through that, it will make working on the program itself that much easier. It will feel a lot more natural. You'll feel a greater sense of ultimately what we want is support in this. And so we encourage you to become active in the group. We encourage you to make new connections and new friends, and to start interesting and insightful dialogues among one another and with myself and Miriam. This isn't a place to be victims. This is a place to be empowered individuals who want to take control over their chronic pain. So with that in mind, I look forward to seeing you in the future if you choose to sign up to the program. Okay, take care for now. Bye bye.